When I'm in nature, I often get lost in the little details, and so I found myself doing the same thing when I was creating this design. I really wanted to create a pattern that evokes the joy and the community that we had throughout that trip. My name is Leandra Taylor, and I'm a volunteer outdoor Afro leader in Asheville, North Carolina. I'm the artist that created the Kili Mapp Kili double nest print design with ENO hammocks. Outdoor Afro is a national nonprofit that focuses on creating opportunities for leadership and reconnecting Black people to nature. The expedition to Mount Kilimanjaro was an idea that Outdoor Afro came up with to create an opportunity for leaders to go to the motherland of Africa and to really experience the climbing culture there. When I was a young kid and just aspiring to see the world, I never envisioned that my first adventure, my first time outside, my first time to Africa, to Tanzania, would be Mount Kilimanjaro. This trip inspired this hammock design in a lot of ways, and the first being the feeling of being above the clouds. And when I think about being in a hammock, I think about just kind of floating peacefully in your hammock and enjoying the day. In Kilimanjaro, we woke up on the second day and we were above the clouds, and I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And that cloud was that reminder of the world is silent right now. This is you in the mountain and your team and your adventure. What really showed through from this trip was that each of us at different points in this mountain had reached our personal summit. And that's not always the top. I think your personal summit can be, that point at which you unlock your better self. My collaboration with ENO was a really exciting opportunity, and we got together. We started out with the color palette, and I started out by making a vision board of some of the pictures and visuals, the colors and the vibrancy and the things that I really think speak to the joy and the connectedness of when we were there. Yellow to me represents joy, and more specifically Black joy. Yellow is one of the colors that I am convinced was created to complement melanated skin. I loved the fire of the orange, and so I felt like they really complemented each other. But at the same time, there was this cooling energy, that keeps you grounded throughout all of these things that are happening. There's still so much balance. It was actually a suggestion of one of my Kilimanjaro teammates to play around with the topography of the mountain. I started out with 𝗀𝗏𝗏, which I think is the focal point of our trip. I realized it kind of reminded me of an elephant head, and so that being one of the major megafauna in Africa, it's just crazy it dropped its way into this design. I wanted to share some of what I had witnessed on this landscape, and so I wanted to incorporate the 3 volcanoes that are there, Kilimanjaro being the tallest peak. When I zoomed out, I realized it looked like there was a flower being dropped into water, and it was rippling. I loved that the lines kind of reminded me of a fingerprint or ripples in the water or a trail. My favorite element in this design is the snake, and this pays homage to the Kilimanjaro song that we sang up the mountain, and in the lyrics he says, like a snake you wrap around me. And to me, that really speaks to the community that we had on the mountain. Everyone has their own story, but in a really great way, we're all connected through Kilimanjaro. What I really hope that people feel when they're in this design, I hope that they feel warmth. I hope that they feel love and happy. And when other people see the design, I hope that they are intrigued and notice the little elements and ask questions and really want to understand what this trip was really about and why we decided to choose the tallest freestanding mountain in the world that is in Tanzania, Africa. It was intentional, and I hope that that shines through in this design.